Hello, and welcome to the fall of 2023. My name's Denise Childs, and I will be your instructor for INTP 102. A few things I want to get looking at before you come to class on Tuesday. First off, we meet in room 819. Now, this is way down in the trades wing, and it's kind of on a corner. Follow the ceiling signs, and then it'll kind of get you there. And then you just have to look around. Before we get started on Tuesday, when I first see you, I would like you to have a couple of things done before you come to class. And the first thing I want you to do is get a textbook. It can be an online textbook. It can be here's what the textbook looks like. This is an online textbook. Yeah, or it does come online. This is my online version. This is what it looks like in person. If you are a person who likes to highlight, get the textbook. If not, you can do an online textbook. They should be both available through the bookstore. You may also be able to get it used from a Facebook page called RDP Textbooks. I haven't looked, but sometimes they're there. I do use the textbook a lot. I refer to the textbook a lot. The material for the tests come from the textbook. I strongly recommend you pay the money to get the textbook. The next thing I want you to do is get on Blackboard and look around. So here's what the Blackboard page looks like. Yours will look a little different because you're a student. Then you go through the loop, and then once you log in, you will go here to Blackboard up at the top here. And then once you log into the Blackboard, you will, so here's my Blackboard. It's a little tricky right now because everything's not completely open, but it will be open soon. You go here to Courses. Then, if you want your courses to show up at the top, you can click a star here and they'll show up at the top. So INTP 102 is Anatomy and Physiology. When you go in, there's a couple of things I want you to realize. First off, you will see any announcements here, and I also send the announcements to your RDP email, such as hopefully where you found this announcement. And so please check your email regularly. And if possible, you can put it on your phone. Go under settings on your, iPhone, and put your RDP email right underneath your regular email. So this way you will see when it shows up. I only communicate to you with the RDP email, and sometimes if you send me stuff that's not RDP, it will get lost in the firewall. So please use your RDP email. Do not use the Blackboard Messenger because I need to be on Blackboard to actually see it. Once you get on Blackboard, please take some time and look around. There's a Start Here file, and that Start Here folder will show you the course outline and the schedule. There is also a resource folder. Now, the resource folder that I use is it's just an easy way for me to put all the stuff into one area. So here is Blackboard. Here is the resource drive. Now, when you go to the resource drive, here is the link to the Google Drive. If you don't have a Google account, you do need to create one. And I suggest you don't use an old Google account or a personal Google account, but start a brand new one just for RDP. When you go to the Google Drive, you will see that I have set up a resource, in-class resources, and these are the documents I use as I go through class. Here's also the course outline and the schedule. I like to keep everything together so that way you're not looking around Blackboard as much. When you go to these in-class resources, this is the resource that I will use every day in class. And I use it to keep all the announcements together, keep all the announcements together, and also all the course outlines are here, or the learning outcomes are here. You can interact with me during class on this document, or if you want, you can download your own copy and write on it yourself. So to get your own copy, you go up to the top file and then to download, and then you can download usually as Word. Then you can have it as Word on your computer and type in as you go, or if you are a writer, download it, add some more space to it, print it up, and then write directly on here. And it's a beautiful, succinct study guide. So it tells the announcements of what I want to talk about that day. Here's what we need to cover. And then there's some diagrams too that we work from. I will often work from other activities or refer to YouTube videos, and they're all here. So downloading this will give you your very own copy. Okay. So that's one thing I wanted you to tell. That's the resource guide. Then let's look at what else is there that I wanted to cover today. On Blackboard, when we do our exams, we use what's called a lockdown browser. Now, the lockdown browser is a way to secure your computer so that I know that I'm getting information out of your brain and not off of some other Google search or something like that. So your computer needs to go through a bit of a setup to get there. So that information is available in the lockdown browser info. So go through this. And then when you're done, I've actually put a quiz under quiz. So you can do a practice quiz before your first test. And that's good because it will give you a way to practice. So that way there's not as much anxiety. Okay. Now I will see you on Tuesday and I'll go through this in more detail, but I know some of you are very excited to get started. Also, I find that because of the programs you're in, you have a lot of labs and practical information. So sometimes, unfortunately, you ignore my class, which makes me very sad, but I understand the reality of your life. So here's a way to keep organized and to get on top of it. Okay, that is, let me just double check that I've got everything I want to talk to you about. So get a textbook, get on Blackboard, look around, find the resource file, set up a Gmail account if you need to, check out the course outline just briefly. I'll go with it in more detail. Check out the schedule, plan your life around it. And then look at Lockdown Browser. And I will see you Tuesday. Take care.